A missile is fired at a 17-degree angle with the horizontal. After 1 minute, it has traveled 6.4 miles along its flight path. How high from the ground is this missile? So what we're going to do here, folks, is we're going to assume this is a right triangle problem. And we've got our missile, and it's got a flight path. And then we've got a horizontal and a vertical. And it said to us it was fired at a 17-degree angle with the horizon. So that's going to be here, 17 degrees. And it says that after 1 minute it has traveled 6.4 miles along its flight path. Now, the flight path of our missile is going to be right here. Here's our missile. Okay, and it's got little rocket ship type things. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway, so here's the flight path of our missile, and it has traveled 6.4 miles, and it asks how high from the ground is this missile. So we're given this angle, we're given this distance, and we're asked to find this distance. So here's what you have to do, folks. You have to identify what you're given and what you have. You are given the hypotenuse, the opposite, and the adjacent. And of those, you're given the hypotenuse and you're asked to find the opposite. So now you have to come up with an equation that involves both the hypotenuse and the opposite side of a right triangle. And this will be sine. So I'm going to write the generic equation, sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. And then I'm going to plug in what I know. And I know theta is 17 degrees. I know the opposite side is my unknown, so call it what you will. I'm going to call it h for the height of the missile. And I know the hypotenuse is 6.4 miles. So I have an equation, sine of 17 equals h over 64, or h over 6.4. And I need to solve for h. Simplest way to do that is multiply both sides by 6.4. So if I multiply both sides by 6.4, on the right hand side, what happens? It cancels. And on the left hand side it doesn't, and so I end up with 6.4 times sine of 17 degrees equals h. Now you can take your calculator and type just what you see there, 6.4 times sine of 17 degrees, and I get that h equals 1.87 miles. 1.87 miles. Okay? So this missile would be basically 1.87 miles off the ground if it followed a right triangular path.